police department can't do it by themselves. I mean, we can't arrest our way out of this violent crime. A community plays a big role in it. The criminal justice system plays a big role in it, and the police department does.
We begin tonight with a look at crime in the city of Flint. The year started off with a string of violent crimes. Now we are taking a deeper look at the numbers. Mid-Michigan Now reporter Alexis Ware sat down with Police Chief Terence Green. You just heard from him there with where we stand now. Alexis, I understand the chief has implemented some new initiatives.
He has, Dave. Now, Police Chief Terence Green says the department is implementing several new initiatives this year in hopes of getting ahead of the crime in the city, especially as weather becomes warmer. Now, he says the department has plans to cut back on illegal parties, drug operations, and homicides. He tells me so far the city has been doing a decent job at cutting back on crime overall, but it's still work to be done.
As you know, in January, we had, right out of the gate, we had like five homicides within the first week or so.
Flint Police Chief Terence Green says a lot of the crime the city saw in the beginning of this year bled over from 2021. Towards the end of last year, Green says the number of homicides were up with a total of 67 cases to end the year. This year, homicides are still increasing.
Right now, I think our homicide numbers are at nine total.
Is that more or less than typical years?
Well, I think it's more, but to give you an example, today, year to date, so Part 1 violent crime is down 21% compared to this time last year.
The city's crime stat report shows burglary and larceny are down, while homicides and sexual assault are slightly up. But the total of crimes committed shows that the overall crime is lower so far this year. Green tells me a lot of this has to do with the community stepping up.
I think the entire goal of building a partnership with the community is to gain trust. If the community doesn't trust the police department, don't trust me as a chief of police, then we're not going to be successful.
Green says a part of maintaining this success is developing programs to help residents feel comfortable coming to them with information. He says another big part is installing more security equipment and conducting special patrols. We
want additional cameras, different types of cameras that have different types of functions that will benefit public safety.
As experts predicted, the Russian invasion of Ukraine is pushing gas prices higher. Many stations in mid-Michigan went to $4 or above per gallon today. It's something that will most likely impact every single one of you watching right now. Mid-Michigan Now Justin Dirks has reaction from drivers.
I was shocked that, but I'm on a set income, and that really hurts.
Michiganders like Brenda Rushing are feeling the impact of the rise in gas prices to over $4 in many areas of mid-Michigan.
Before, I used to just go, but now I can't just go. I got to take everything in stride and try to do everything in one location. Yeah. Before, I used to bargain shop. Now it's one store.
Brenda tells me she's doing her best to cut back on driving.
I don't do much driving. I try to limit it maybe twice a week now.
Gas Buddy CEO Patrick DeHaan says the national average has reached $4 per gallon for the first time since 2008. If you think this is bad, he says it's likely to get worse before it gets better.
$4.25 to $4.50 a gallon is not out of the realm of possibility.
This could really have an impact on Brenda and the amount of time she spends with her family.
I was going to be able to try to follow my granddaughter while she's playing in basketball. Now I can't go and follow her. I got to watch her on television now.
Other locals that did not want to be on camera tell us they are upset with the prices. One man driving a Hummer told me he spends about $200 a week in gas now, up from $100 a week just a couple weeks ago. So it looks like gas prices will continue to rise in the next few months, which could have a serious impact on local Michiganders' spring break plans, as well as summer vacation.
People in the United States no longer have to wear face masks. This comes as hospitalizations are decreasing and cases are also dropping. Locally, though, we are seeing the same thing and hearing the same guidance from local health departments. Mid-Michigan Now's Courtney Bennett joined us in the Content Center. Courtney, what are these health officials telling you?
Saginaw County Health Department and Genesee County Health Department both say we are in low transmission. That's according to the CDC map. Now, as you can see right here, a majority of mid-Michigan counties are actually in green, which means low transmission. That low transmission means that people do not have to wear a face mask if they choose not to. Now, that also applies to counties who are also in yellow, and as you can see, a lot are in yellow. Now, this updated guidance comes as COVID-19 cases are declining, but most importantly, hospitalizations are also declining. The new data from the CDC takes into consideration hospital capacity and how many people are hospitalized, which is why they say they lifted the masking requirement. This masking also applies to children and people who are not vaccinated. Saginaw County says we are in a different place than where we were 2 years ago, and now it is about managing the risk.
We've all been managing risk relative to COVID for the past 2 years. And we've done that individually and as a society and as communities, as we've looked at public health policies and as we've navigated our lives over the past 2 years. So knowing and understanding your level of risk is paramount moving forward.
The health department says that everyone's risk is different and it depends on health and lifestyle. Now, this is a video that the CDC posted this afternoon. This is 5 things that people should know about this updated guidance. It says that if you have come in contact with anyone who has COVID-19 or have symptoms, then wear a mask. The health department in Saginaw County also says if you feel more comfortable wearing a mask, then of course you should wear a mask.